The 2D adventures of rotating octopus character may be an unnecessarily long title, but it's also an appropriate one. Not only does it describe the very premise and nature of the game, but it also embodies its quirkiness and brilliance. It just so happens that it's the best PlayStation Mini I've ever played. Considering some of the company it keeps, that proclamation may not mean as much for 2D adventures, as it shall be known from now on. But it really does stand on its own as a great, challenging, cute, and fun arcade-style game. Despite the title being a fairly accurate depiction of the action, I was somewhat surprised to discover that rotating octopus character wasn't just taking part in a traditional platforming game, even though it could very loosely be considered one. Instead, the game falls more in line with the general arcade genre of yore, in which the action can't really be cataloged into a word or two. So here are more than 2 words describing exactly how the game is played. Rotating octopus character is on a quest to save his or her little octobabies in various environments, most of which lack water. Yeah, I don't get how a video game can break real-world natural laws either. In any event, the game sets rotating octopus character at a set speed. It moves on its own. The direction of the mollusk can then be reversed, and those 8 legs come in handy when launching rotating octopus character between platforms. Simple mechanics with increasingly challenging execution are the bread and butter of great arcade games, and 2D Adventures gets that. The rotation direction is changed when jumping onto a differently oriented platform, and all those moving limbs take rotating octopus character in a different direction after essentially being flipped upside down, or vice versa. And as enemies, hazards, and unforgiving level designs become more prominent, the simple mechanics give way to satisfyingly challenging arcade action. "2D Adventures" certainly provides fun gameplay, but its presentation deserves special mention. Rotating octopus character is a cute mascot, and the enemies and worlds, based on real-world creatures and locations as they are nevertheless imaginative and brilliant, if not in a simple way. The quirkiness translates from the title into the actual game, as 2D Adventures takes place almost solely on land, bucking any kind of preconceived notions you may have had about octopi's abilities. And really, it's just a great mollusk out of water story. Okay, 2D Adventures may not actually have much of a story, but beyond that, it really is the complete package. Worlds may have to be completed on one set of lives, a strange and frustrating challenge that doesn't actually derive from the moment-to-moment gameplay, but that moment-to-moment gameplay is fairly challenging and extremely fun. The amazing aesthetic and supplemental music only serve to enhance it even more, and every aspect of the game contributes to it being the best PlayStation Mini I've played, and a great game regardless. And after you play it, maybe you'll think twice next time you're offered a bite of calamari. I know it's squid, but they're related.